UEFA is set to present a plan to finish this season's Champions League in Portugal. And Arteta hopes Aubameyang decides to stay at Arsenal as the team prepares for tomorrow night's clash against Manchester City. Good evening and welcome to the Sports News. This evening in football, UEFA are set to complete the Champions League with a final 8 tournament held over 11 days in Lisbon, according to a plan which will be presented to the Executive Committee for ratification tomorrow. Under the plan, the competition that was suspended in March due to the coronavirus pandemic will resume with the second leg of the remaining last 16 games played at scheduled venues. The plan allows for quicker completion of the season than the traditional two-legged home and away format, but does mean the competition will have 6 fewer games, which will cost UEFA broadcast revenue. The games are likely to be shared between Lisbon's 2 major stadiums, Benfica's Estádio da Luz and Sporting Lisbon's José Alvalade Stadium. Organisers are proceeding on the basis that matches will be played behind closed doors without spectators, but UEFA is understood to have left the door open for possible changes should public health conditions in Portugal allow. And staying with the beautiful game, with London's Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta stating that it is the club's responsibility to convince captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang that he should continue his career in North London. The Gabon international, whose deal ends in June 2021, has scored 61 goals in 97 appearances since joining from Borussia Dortmund in 2018, but has yet to lift any major silverware with Arsenal and sign a new contract. As the Premier League season prepares to restart after the coronavirus pandemic lockdown, Arsenal are in 9th place in the Premier League, ahead of Wednesday's trip to Manchester City. They were in great form before the 3-month pause, and Arteta knows that if Arsenal could scramble into the Champions League places, it would be a huge boost in convincing Aubameyang to commit. Spaniard Arteta said the club were in talks with the player's agent and family, but the unusual circumstances had made it a slower process than usual. And we move a little closer to home with the Qatar 2022 organisers confirming that a 3rd stadium for the 2022 FIFA World Cup was completed yesterday. Dubbed the Diamond in the Desert, the stadium is the first to receive a 5-star rating from the Global Sustainability Assessment System. The 40,000-seater Education City Stadium, based amongst an education, research and innovation hub in the Al Rayyan region of Doha, is the 3rd of 8 venues to be completed, following an upgrade to the Khalifa's International Stadium and the new Al Janoub Stadium. And finally, in this evening's sports news, the United States Tennis Association will hold the US Open this year without spectators amid the COVID-19 outbreak, even though some top players have still expressed concerns about attending the tournament due to the virus. The men's ATP Tour and the WTA, who run the women's circuit, are both expected to approve a plan for the August 31st to September 13th event in New York, and a formal announcement is due soon, pending a green light from local and state health officials. No professional tennis tournaments have been held since March due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which has left the sports calendar in tatters, with the shutdown extended until August. Wimbledon has been cancelled in its entirety, while the French Open has been moved to September and is due to start 1 week after the scheduled US Open men's final. In mid-April, the USTA said its decision on whether to hold the Grand Slam this year will be made in June, and playing without spectators is on the table, but highly unlikely. And with that, we end this evening's sports news. Please do only leave the house if necessary and take care. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast with our senior meteorologist, the wonderful Jamal Ibrahim.